like your toque though.
Thank you.
It's very nice.
Bing, the toast is ready.
The toast is ready. I smell toast.
I smell toast. Bing.
It's 500. Second one is 500.
I think so, something like that.
Hi everybody, I'm Giancarlo.
And I'm Felicia.
And this is maybe our 500th video review. We're not sure, but it's close to it. And this is our review of
Dark Age.
Dark Age Z. You missed the Z. What are you doing? Why are you breaking? Why are you opening it all
I
up?
wanted to see what was inside.
You're so curious. You know what they say about the curious cat, right?
No, what did they say about the curious cat?
It died.
Bing.
Because they're in the medieval time, they don't know what a gun is or a pistol. They call it the invisible spear. Pretty
That's
cool,
nice.
huh?
That's cool.
It's pretty
Very
cool.
Clever.
Look at this one. Look at this one. The motorcycle is called the
Iron Steed.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool. So
know
you
both
take
steed.
these relics. They call
Got it.
relics, and they think it comes from the god. So they give it like
Amazing. It looks really cool.
Azrael's
Did we give it a
roar,
good
which is a
review?
grenade.
Did we give it a good
Wait and find out.
Oh, okay. Stay tuned. In Dark Age Z, players will play the role of a medieval king commanding an army to battle the invading modern-day zombies. Players will have to work together for 5 days or rounds, yet come out on top as the king who earned the most victory points. On the board, the strategic command tokens will be placed at the start of each track, as well as a number of command tokens equal to the number of players in the Pioneer Reward Zone. Place a frontier board between each player. Each player will choose a faction board and receive 5 command tokens, their kingdom marker, which will be placed on 15 of the victory track, and their faction's mission cards. Choosing one, placing it as such, and returning the rest to the box. These can give you in-game or end-game rewards when a criteria has been met. Shuffle the army cards, deal 3 to each player, and place the rest face down in 2 equal stacks here. Shuffle and place the relic cards here. Shuffle and reveal a number of commander cards equal to the number of players minus 1. Create the zombie deck by randomly picking a boss card and placing it here. Randomly pick 4 zombie cards, placing it on top of the boss one. Reveal the first card and place the zombie movement marker on the track as the number of players, and on the space as denoted on the revealed zombie's speed value. Place a number of zombie cubes equal to the total of the number of zombie stats on top of each frontier board. Determine a first player, give him the first player marker, and you're ready to play.
Each round represents a day and is split into 4 phases. The first phase, planning, is where in turn order each player will perform one action from either the strategy command list or the field command list. Strategy commands actions are listed on the board. They are draw 2 army cards, choose a relic card, making you draw 2 and choosing one to keep, reactivate 1 war zone, we'll explain this one later, or refresh army cards, which allow you to discard up to 10 army cards to draw back up that many. Now each of these actions will require you to pay in command tokens as listed by the value on the right of that set strategy command token. Once the action has been taken, move it over 1 space to the right. These actions later on will cost more to perform.
A player may choose to send an army card to his kingdom's borders, his 2 adjacent frontier borders. He'll simply take an army card from his hand and deploy it in the first topmost war zone this way to make it loyal to him, or this way to make it loyal to that adjacent player. Any zombies that unit kills will grant victory points to the player that army is loyal to. Reason why you might want to send an army card to an adjacent player is that by doing so, these icons will remain uncovered for you. They will grant you the reward as listed there during the next round. So keep in mind when deploying if you want to set up your next round with more options, or go for victory points this round. Should all zones contain a unit, the player must deploy his army card to War Zone 5, and pushing any units 1 space forward towards Zone 1. Should any active army cards, the ones turned face up, be pushed out of Zone 1, they will generate zombies. They're equal to their number of zombification icon, should they have any.
A player may choose to play a relic card during field command. Simply make sure it can be played in this phase as listed here on top and do one of the 2 effects. The player can choose to upgrade military technology. They'll need to simply discard army cards of the type as listed directly on top of their mission card. a gold knight for level 1, a silver archer or gold knight for level 2, and 2 bronze infantry, 2 silver knights, or 2 gold knights for level 3. When paid, slide your mission card up 1. You now have that military technology unlocked as listed under the card. We'll get into how to use these upgrades later on. A player may also choose to rest here. Simply give them 1 command token. Lastly, a player can choose to pass and recruit a commander. These powerful allies will give you a reward as soon as you recruit them. They'll also add their stats to more than one zone as listed here. However, choosing this pass action will make you no longer be able to participate in the planning phase of this round. Once you have chosen to perform any one of these field actions, not the strategic command actions, 2 things happen. First, should there be any command tokens left in the Pioneer reward zone, take 1. Next, simply move the zombie movement token a space up. This planning phase continues until all players have passed or the movement token reaches the space, in which case we'll move on to phase 2, rallying.
Here, players will perform this phase starting with the person with the highest victory point and work their way down. During this phase, the active player may perform any of these actions as many times as he wants or can. Play relic cards and reinforce armies. Playing relic cards again will have you look up here if it can be played in phase 2. Reinforcing army cards is where your military technology level comes into play. At level 1, you can boost your own active army card in either of your frontier borders, which has a bronze icon. Level 2 is silver or bronze, and level 3 will allow any reinforcement value. When reinforcing, use an army card from your hand matching that type or playing highest ones, and placing them under as such. Now your unit will have its base attack value increased by the value. The type of attack still remains the same. When all players have done rallying, we move to phase 3, combat and scoring.
In combat is where the zombies will advance in each war zone and units there will try to kill as many as they can. When they move, the unit there will do a total damage equal to the base stats, reinforced stats, commander in the zones, and any archers in the zone directly below that one, if any. Total this number for an attack value, then divide it, round down, by the zombie's health value found here. That is how many zombies you kill. Place all of them to the side of the player in which the army was loyal to. Then take one of them and give it to the assisting archers player if there was an assist. If no zombies remain, the attack on that frontier ends. If zombies do remain, flip over army cards, keeping the loyalty the same, and add zombies there equal to the army zombification icons. They then move on to the next zone. So we talked about infantry and archers' role. The knights, well, they automatically kill one zombie before the fight is resolved in that zone. If zombies reach the gate, leave them there for now. When all frontiers have been dealt with, we go to scoring. Players will score 1 VP for each zombie in their kingdom or inner side of their frontier board. In the city gate, both players lose VP equal to the amount of damage they do multiplied by the number of zombies. 1 damage is removed from the total for the player who has the shield icon uncovered.
Last phase of the round is cleanup. Return all zombie tokens to their pool. Reveal the next zombie card and place it as such to cover only the inner column of the last card there. Should you uncover the boss zombie card, flip it over to look at it. Scouts have brought back reports of the coming danger in the next round. Should it be the card that is flipped, remove all previous zombie cards. Now, form a new zombie horde with the total flipped. Remove all previous zombie cards. Now, form a new zombie horde with the total number of zombies listed on the first row. Place back the zombie marker to the space matching the new zombie speed. Move the strategy markers back a number of spaces as listed by the number of players. And refill the command tokens in the Pioneer space equal to the number of players. Discard all relic cards used and any army cards used as reinforcement. Now each player will receive command tokens equal to the number of these icons they have uncovered from their frontiers and military technology. They'll also draw a number of army cards equal to the total of these icons listed on their frontier board. Discard any army cards over the 10 hand size limit. Collect all commander cards, shuffle them, and reveal a number equal to the number of players minus 1. Give the first player marker to the player with the least victory points. Play until the end of the 5th day, and the player with the most points wins.
That's pretty much the gist of Dark Age Z, but I don't think our review captures the feel of the game. Dark Age Z has this unique mechanic of affecting players' VP score more so than any other Euro. And yes, this is a Euro. Don't let the great artwork and clever use of detailed theme, like the medieval names for relics, fool you. From which side to place the army on, to pushing others in the front line to add more zombies, confident you can make more points, is just one of the fresh mechanics this game offers. The game actually plays very smoothly except for the math during combat. It's so brainy to plan around this, counting as well the eventual zombies added by zombification, that it sometimes makes the game prone to analysis paralysis and is a very tedious aspect of it. And because of that, it actually affects the replay value. But with the different factions playing differently based on missions and never knowing which zombie boss you'll face, I'm still going to give a half pro point to replay value. Now, distribution of the army unit makes sense, bronze infantry being the most common and gold knights being the rarest. But this aspect also adds a little luck to the game. It's not, however, detrimental, and tactics and strategy will prevail, so only a half point penalty. We mentioned how there is player interaction, but for best result on this, the perfect number for this game is actually 3. Both your neighbors can be affected by your choices. At 4+, the others can only be affected by relic cards. It's interesting how that works out. So though there is a scaling in terms of players, there's some minor concerns on player interaction and the refresh army card strategy command. This space gets covered as soon as one player uses it, so it's very possible you get screwed over quicker with more players. So another half point for scaling. But as you can see, most of these concerns only drew a half point penalty. This is because Dark Age Z, with all its little blemishes, is still a fairly balanced game. And I know this because all the end scores in all the games we played were very, very close. The tactics and strategy from the beginning in choosing which of your mission cards you want to use and seeing how all plays out will also garner Dark Age Z a pro point in the tactics and strategy department. Very interesting game, just wish there was an easier way to calculate and not AP every planning phase for the eventual combat. It scores 7.5 out of 10.